Have you ever felt like money slips through your fingers no matter how hard you work? Maybe you chase quick wins, risky trades, side hustles, hoping one of them finally changes everything. Maybe you check your account at midnight and feel a dull ache rise inside your chest again. You promised yourself this year would be different, yet the same anxious feeling keeps returning. You are not lazy. You are not foolish. You are simply exhausted by speed. Speed promised wealth, but instead it stole your sleep, your patience, and your peace of mind. If that quiet pain lives inside you tonight, please stay with me until the very end. Because this is the story of a man who learned a forgotten secret from an old wheat merchant. A secret older than banks, older than markets, older than every flashy promise online. A secret that quietly turned his shaking life into something steady, strong, and finally his own. His name was Corbin Whitlock, 34 years old, living in a small rented duplex in Boise, Idaho. He worked as a logistics coordinator, scheduling freight trucks across long, cold highways every single weekday. His paycheck was decent, but his mind was loud, restless, and constantly searching for something faster. Every morning his alarm screamed at 5:15, and he reached for his phone before opening his eyes. He scrolled trading apps, crypto charts, and shiny videos promising freedom in 90 days or less. He drank cheap coffee, skipped breakfast, and rushed out wearing the same wrinkled navy polo shirt. At work, his body sat at the desk, but his thoughts lived inside green and red candles. He whispered numbers under his breath, refreshed charts during lunch, and lost himself in imagined fortunes. By evening, his shoulders ached, his eyes burned, and his bank balance still looked painfully familiar. His girlfriend Marla noticed. She would ask softly, "Are you okay?" and he would force a smile. He told himself he just needed one more trade, one more launch, one more lucky breakthrough moment. Bills piled on the kitchen counter beside an old framed photo of his late grandfather smiling kindly. Corbin had tried everything before: day trading, dropshipping, Dogecoin, Forex courses sold by loud online strangers. He bought 3 different millionaire blueprints and finished none, abandoning each one after the first hard week. He started intense gym plans, quit after 9 days, then blamed himself harder than any coach could. Deep down, he believed wealth was a lottery, and he simply had not pulled the lucky ticket yet. He believed fast money was the only money that mattered, and slow money was for tired, defeated people. That belief was quietly destroying him, one impulsive click and one sleepless midnight at a time. Then came the night that broke him open. A risky trade he swore was guaranteed completely collapsed. $11,000, borrowed from his credit cards, vanished in less than 40 unforgettable, sickening minutes. He sat on the bathroom floor, shaking, gripping his phone, unable to even cry properly anymore. Marla nodded gently, but he could not speak. He just whispered, "I think I ruined us." The next morning, he called in sick and drove out toward the quiet farmland east of Boise. He stopped at a roadside grain co-op where his late grandfather once bought feed decades ago. An older man stood near the loading dock, tall, weathered, holding a clipboard and a chipped coffee mug. His name was Eldred, a wheat merchant who had traded grain in that valley for nearly 50 years. Corbin asked, almost without thinking, "Sir, how did you survive all those years without ever going broke?" Eldred studied him quietly, then said, "Son, fast money is wind, patient money is wheat." He continued, "Wind feels exciting, but wheat feeds families through every winter for generations after you." Those words hit Corbin like a slow, heavy door finally closing on a long, dark hallway. Eldred invited him inside the office, poured fresh coffee, and pointed at a faded chart on the wall. 3 rules, he said. I learned them from my father, who learned them from his father before. Rule 1. Plant before you harvest. Always pay your future self before you pay anything else, period. Rule 2. Water small, water often. Tiny consistent deposits beat huge desperate ones every single year. Rule 3. Never sell the field. Protect what grows. Greed uproots more men than failure ever does. Corbin wrote the 3 rules on a napkin with a shaking, hopeful hand and tucked it away carefully. Eldred smiled and added, "Wealth is not speed, son. Wealth is rhythm. Find your rhythm and keep it." That night, Corbin sat at the kitchen table and wrote a simple plan on one folded yellow page. $20 every Friday into a boring index fund. No trading apps, no leverage, no miracle promises ever. Day 1 felt strange. He kept reaching for the deleted apps that no longer lived inside his phone. Day 3, he almost reopened a trading account after seeing a friend brag online about quick gains. He paused, breathed, and reread the napkin. Plant, water, protect. 3 quiet rules whispered back gently. By day 7, he had skipped 4 impulsive purchases and felt the small, unfamiliar calm in his chest. He still doubted himself often. The old voice inside still hissed that slow money was for losers. But he kept showing up every Friday, transferring $20 quiet while the wind howled outside the window. By day 14, he started packing real lunches, saving another $40 a week without much effort. By day 21, he opened a separate account he nicknamed The Field, only for long-term patient growth. By day 30, the napkin was taped above his desk, faded but somehow more powerful than before. 2 months in, his credit card balance dropped for the first time in 3 exhausting, embarrassing years. Marla noticed. She held his hand one evening and whispered, "You feel different, calmer, steadier, more here." 6 months later, Corbin had quietly saved $4,000 without a single risky trade or panic attack. He read one finance book-em-up, slow and careful, underlining sentences that matched Eldred's quiet rules. He stopped comparing his life to loud strangers online who promised Lamborghinis by next Tuesday afternoon. A year later, his emergency fund was full, and his investing account had grown beyond his early hopes. He got promoted at the freight company because his focus at work had finally returned, sharp and steady. His manager said, "Corbin, you used to be scattered, now you actually finish things. What changed inside you?" Corbin only smiled and answered softly, "I stopped chasing wind. I started planting wheat instead." 2 years later, he and Marla bought a small starter home on a quiet street lined with maple trees. He framed Eldred's 3 rules above the doorway, and he visited the old man every spring without fail. Eldred passed away peacefully one autumn, but his quiet wisdom kept growing inside Corbin's steady, patient life. So here is the universal truth Corbin learned, and the truth I want to leave gently with you tonight. Fast money excites the eyes, but patient money rebuilds the soul, the home, and the future you deserve. Wealth is not a lottery ticket. Wealth is a rhythm you protect through small, repeated, almost boring choices. The ones who win in the end are not the loudest. They are the most consistent, the most patient. So tonight I want to give you one simple challenge, just one, and I hope you accept it fully. For the next 30 days, choose one tiny amount of money you will save before spending anything else. It can be $5, $10, $20. The number does not matter, the rhythm matters most. Plant it, water it weekly, protect it fiercely, do not touch it no matter what loud voices online say. Then watch what happens, not to your account first, but to your mind, your sleep, your quiet inner peace. If this story moves something inside you, please leave one word in the comments below, planting. That single word becomes your promise, your seed, your first quiet step into a slower, stronger life. And if you want more cinematic stories like Corbin's, gentle but powerful, please subscribe to Purpose Tales tonight. Because somewhere out there, another tired soul needs this reminder, and your subscription helps these stories travel further. Remember, dear friend, the wind will always shout, but the wheat will always feed you in the end. Stay patient, stay rooted, stay kind to your future self, and I will see you in the next story.